pushing for his third consecutive podium along with David Donahue, and Mamo Gidley has put in a
upside down.
That is Jeff Segal, and that car has flipped big time.
And he's not in a good place right now either, right down the apron. Somebody went below him. This is up on the banking.
Wild ride there, Dorsey. Look at the damage. Hopefully he's okay. See some movement in the cockpit.
Now there's a full course that will probably end up ending under, unfortunately.
Yes.
Well, the key will take a while to get Jeff out of that car safely. I mean, they could probably clear the wreckage pretty quick. 4 to go. When you're under caution, it takes about twice as long a run around this racetrack. So we're probably looking at about 10 minutes left in this race.
We got to, you know, there's going to be a lot of debris out there. That car, when we saw it, was already upside down. It's on the banking, so you're going really quick at that point. And I'm sure.
I wonder if he dropped a wheel somewhere there, Dawes, to flip it over. Someone's got to trip it.
Yeah.
Maybe he dropped a wheel going through the.
Now they got the rescue boys to him. He's moving around inside. That's very strange, you know. With these sports cars, you don't see that happen on the banking so much.
All right, let's go to a replay and show you what happened with Jeff Segal and his Speed Source Mazda. Now this is starting way early. There's Sylvain Tremblay in the black. You've got the 3 car behind. That's the Southern Lexus.
Oh, he didn't know he was there, and he turns him into the wall and shovels him over.
Wow.
Well, that was.
Bill Lester in the 3 went high, went wide, and Jeff Segal.
Oh, dare I say that was a mild ride compared to what it might have been.
Yeah. Lucky it came to rest low down. Here we see another view from the 87 on board.
Oh.
Again, real time.
Pretty rough landing, you know. When you get up in the air and you start flipping, it's just up in the air. But all of those contacts were pretty hard ones.
And Jeff Segal in the back of the ambulance, and we'll go to the infield medical center. And there he is out of the car. Obviously, this was just a few seconds ago. And a lucky driver.
Yeah, devastating blow, though, to Mazda. I mean, they needed a pad. With Sylvain in the lead, they needed to spread that gap in the points to the 07. This hurts them.
Remember that huge crash from out there at Miller that Nick Ham had after he got contacted?
Yeah.
A similar type of flip, a pretty big vicious flip, but the car landed, only went one time over and landed back on its wheels. So, like you said, Calvin, that was good because it could have really started going.
So will we have time to get this situation cleaned up and finish under green? Bill Lester was the man in the cockpit of the 3 Southern car. Brian, tell us more.
Well, the Southern car just a pit road, guys. Extensive damage to the nose, and the splitter was down, so the team had to put a new nose on that car. A lot of grading along the right side wall, or right side of that car as well. So obviously Lester moving as far to the right as he could to try to get away from the 69. And obviously Segal didn't see him as Lester tried to go around the outside of him. The two got together, and you saw the result. But Bill Lester in the 3 car has managed to get back on track.
Yeah, Brian, you're absolutely right. Bill drove all the way up to the wall to avoid Segal, who didn't know he was there. Now, if you're in a slower car, the rule of thumb is that when you exit that inner loop and you come back on the banking, you should run the lower lane, not transition to the wall, because there can always be a prototype car hiding up there, and it was.
So, with any luck, we may be able to have.
I think they'll get this cleaned
There's
up.
a chance here, but we'd like to see a few more crew out there looking at any potential debris. They've just got to get the car drug out of the way, and hopefully there'll be no resultant body parts left and strewn across the racetrack.
Well, this has been a fascinating race for a variety of reasons, and this has added to it. Let's take you back one more time and show you Jeff Segal's wild ride.
Exiting the chicane there, and there you see he goes all the way up, doesn't give a lane for Bill Lester, who had committed to the outside. Bill kept his foot in it there and basically just plowed him over, Doss.
Yeah, and of course the speed differential of the 2 cars, the prototype car versus the GT, dictates that the prototype car has got to go to the wall.
Right.
He can't keep the car from not going there,
Right.
whereas the GT cars don't have to run that high up. Unfortunately, they came together. And it's a blind spot. There's no doubt about it because you're up on the bank.
We could end up, boys, with a one-lap shootout.
Oh, boy.
Brian.
Guys, on that last restart, one of the things that I did hear scanning the radios down here is the 0-1 team telling Scott Pruitt, your tire pressures are not good. So on the restarts in the past where they had talked about how good the 0-1 car was when the tires were cool, it seems like the caution not long enough to let the pressures dissipate and those temperatures come down a little bit. So Pruitt did not have the car that he'd had on some of the past restarts. We'll have to wait and see how long this yellow is, see if we get back to racing, and if we do, did those pressures go down enough? Will Scott Pruitt have a car that he can go to the front with? Chris, what do you know?
Brian, I just checked in with Tim Keene on what you were saying, and he said the big problem is because the car is so loose, the pressures on the rear were not looking about the same as the ones on the front. So they've been running really high in the rear because he just can't get off any of the corners, and he's spinning the tires. So the pressures at the rear were pretty high, the pressures up front pretty low, so that car just wasn't under good balance.
Now you got to wonder to yourself, is he in trouble on losing second place? You know, if the car's that misbalanced.
I think he has to think big picture here. It's not worth risking it. If your car's strong, yeah, then go for it like he did on an earlier restart. But if he's got a wounded car, just bring it home. Second place points.
Yeah, you got the big enough lead.
Absolutely.
Well, we've got 3 to go, and they're working the banking. And you see right there the Mazda getting pushed up on pulled up on the flatbed.
In the history of the Daytona prototypes, there has never been a repeat winner of this summertime sprint race here at Daytona International Speedway. The inaugural Daytona prototype champion, Terry Borchella and Forrest Barber, won it back in 03. Angelelli and Taylor won it in 04. Andy Wallace and Butch Leitzinger won it in the Pontiac Crawford in 05. In 06, it was York Bergmeister and Colin Brown in a Ford Riley, and last year it was the Gainsco guys.
See, I think by trying to get it on that flatbed, Dorsey, they're having problems there. There's the angle of the banking they're having to deal with. I would have thought that car could have just been drunk out of the way. We only got a couple of laps to go here. Just get it in a safe spot. You don't need to get it back to the paddock area.
Well, if they drug it down onto the flat, at least they would have been able to make it in a better situation. To tow it maybe off into here, but now we're down to 2 to go. And, of course, they don't have it up on there yet.
There it is.
There
That's
we
good
go.
news. That's good news. Seems like the pace car slowed the field a little bit more. They can adjust that pace speed, of course, to try and gain you a little bit of time.
Brian, I know you've got Bob Stallings with you. We are going racing, we hear, next time by.